Hey guys, have you ever wondered why the Hulk has not got any solo movies since The Incredible Hulk in 2008? Why Quicksilver appeared in both the MCU and the Fox X-Men universe? Or even why Spider-Man is now in the MCU while a Venom movie is being produced which is not? All of these questions can be answered after understanding the complicated topic of superhero movie rights. I will first talk about the Marvel character rights. Before I get to what the current scenario is, I will give you guys a little background. Marvel was not always as big as it is today. In the 90s, Marvel faced dangerous decline in their comic book and trading card sales. It was so bad that Marvel had to file for bankruptcy in 1996. During this time, Marvel made a series of licensing deals with various studios. Because of these deals, 20th Century Fox was able to acquire the rights for the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Ego the Living Planet, Daredevil, and Elektra. On the other hand, Sony got the rights for Spider-Man in 1999 for $7 million, along with the rights to all of his villains and supporting characters. Marvel optioned its other major characters off as well. The Incredible Hulk and Namor the Submariner were optioned to Universal, while Iron Man was with New Line Cinema, and Captain America, Thor, Punisher, Iron Fist, Black Widow, and the Man-Thing went to Lionsgate. Ghost Rider was owned by Sony and Columbia. As you can see, Marvel's characters were scattered over various production studios. It was only after the success of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy that Marvel decided to make a film universe of their own. Thus, Marvel started pulling back some of their character rights. They got the rights for the Incredible Hulk because Universal failed to produce the sequel to the 2003 Hulk, but the distribution rights still remain at Universal. That is why Marvel hasn't come out with a solo Hulk movie since the one in 2008. Marvel had taken a loan of $525 million to set up their universe from Merrill Lynch. If they would have failed to pay back this loan, then Merrill Lynch would have gotten the rights to Ant-Man, the Avengers, Black Panther, Captain America, Cloak and Dagger, Doctor Strange, Hawkeye, Nick Fury, Power Pack, and Shang-Chi. At this point, Merrill Lynch could have sold these rights to whichever studio would have bought them, and the Marvel characters would have been even more scattered, and a Marvel Cinematic Universe would not have been possible. Luckily, that was not the case, and Marvel's first films were a huge success. Until 2009, Paramount Pictures were distributing Marvel's movies. This changed when Disney bought Marvel Studios in 2009. Marvel Studios became a subsidiary of Disney, and Kevin Feige was made the president of Marvel Studios. Fox made a Daredevil movie and an Elektra movie, which didn't really work out for them. So they obviously didn't make a sequel. The thing about these rights is that if the production company doesn't make a movie using those characters for a certain time, then the rights go back to Marvel. That is what happened in the case of the Hulk, and that is what happened with Daredevil and Elektra as well as the Ghost Rider. To explain how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch made an appearance in the MCU despite being mutants, I will first have to explain how the rights work. The source material where these characters come from are the comics. Fox has the rights for the X-Men and Marvel has the rights for the Avengers. But how do we decide which characters will come from these teams? If a character appears predominantly in the X-Men comics, that is, if he had his origins in them and has most of his stories in connection with the X-Men, then the rights to that character would go to Fox, who owns the rights to the X-Men. This is the case for all characters. But there are some characters who have teamed up with multiple teams and exist in multiple places in the comics. Even though Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch had their origins in the X-Men comics, they were also part of the Avengers and had affiliations with them for a while. This makes them the property of both Fox and Marvel. Marvel can use them in the movies as long as they don't mention Magneto or call them mutant, which is what they did. In Age of Ultron, they used a different term to describe the Maximoff twins. Similarly, as long as Fox doesn't mention their involvement with the Avengers, Fox can use the characters. During script writing for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2, director James Gunn made Ego the Living Planet an integral part of the story. He didn't even know that the rights for that character were with Fox. Marvel decided to trade Ego the Living Planet for Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who appeared in the Deadpool film. Recently, Sony and Marvel also made a deal to co-produce a Spider-Man film. Sony still has rights to the character, but they have leased the creative control to Marvel for a total of 5 films. Thus, Sony has the right to make other standalone films with characters from the Spider-Man comics. In October of 2018, we are supposed to get a movie about Venom without Spider-Man in it. I had a lot of questions about it as well, but those will be answered in another video. As for now, this is what the right scenario is like. Fox has the rights to the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Deadpool, while sharing the rights for Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch with the Marvel Studios. Sony has the rights to all the Spider-Man villains like Venom, the supporting characters like Silver Sable and Black Cat, and of course to Spider-Man, which they are sharing with Marvel. Lionsgate still has the rights to Man-Thing. Universal retains the rights to Namor while having the distribution rights for Hulk. The rights for Namor are in a grey area right now as talks are still going on between Marvel and Universal. Every other character from the Marvel comics is a part of Marvel Studios. Hopefully this sorts out the Marvel side of things. On the other hand, things for DC are much less confusing. Warner Brothers owns DC Entertainment and all of its subsidiaries, and thus WB makes all of their films, both animated and live action. It's as simple as that. If you liked this video and the content in it, please like and subscribe and share your suggestions in the link below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.